Welcome to Guelph Wrestle Hut. I'm Andrew Sennedra. This is the Gunman from Ordinogan, Captain Witchfingers, and today we are talking about AEW's Blood and Guts, and it was a Blood and Guts show. Very awesome, very intense. I really liked how this one... I actually think I preferred this one over the previous Blood and Guts, in my opinion. I thought it was just overall better. I really liked how it turned out. But we're going to be diving into this card, I guess, head first. We'll be going off on the first match that opened up the night. Orange Cassidy versus Ethan Page, and how that one went. I thought it was really a good opener for the match, and I thought Orange Cassidy did a really great job, and Ethan Page definitely had his moments as well in that match.
It's the first time we saw Chucky T back, and then Chucky D got kicked out again.
We hadn't seen Chucky T on TV in I don't know how long. I kept seeing him on BT. The next thing you know, he gets the boot right away. Maybe it was that clothing. It was too vibrant, too rainbow-like. They're like, get out of here, you hippie. No tie-dye.
That's funny when Orange Juice took that squish of that orange juice and they spit it back right into Dan's face.
Well, I thought that he might have been holding him. Like, I didn't see him swallow. Well, eat that, Dan Lambert. I think Dan Lambert plays a pretty good character. I think he really works in there and adds to a bit of the flavor. He is actually a bit of a throwback, manager to like the 80s. Shit disturbing that somebody like tries to beat him up or spit in his face.
Yeah, he's a good ass. Oh, speaking of ass, the Ass Boys lost Daddy Ass, so...
Oh yeah, I thought that was kind of funny. Like Billy Gunn was like, "Screw you, sons! I'm taking Bowens and Caster's side." I was kind of surprised to see that. Might be kind of an interesting storyline now.
Yeah, that'd be funny. I got a new daddy now.
Oh, that'd be interesting if the Ass Boys go get themselves a new daddy and start a rivalry or something. Then we got Christian coming out being even more brutal on the mic, which I just find it fantastic and hilarious. But I'm quite a crude, brutal individual. But I thought Luchasaurus coming out, Lucha Underground style, all dark, all violent, big sort of fiery entrance, very intense music. I thought this is fantastic. I like this direction, and I think it could really work out to having a pretty cool storyline in different direction for Luchasaurus.
Yeah, for sure. Generally, like whenever you break up the tag teams, like the other promotion, like I generally don't like it because like there's no story after that.
Yeah, it's just a guy always, one guy stabbing the other guy in the back, always happens.
Yeah, but this one, I don't hate it. I actually like it, like you as well. Like I think like Luchasaurus. I was also going to say Evosaurus, but like
Evosaurus.
I think it's kind of cool how he comes out. He's like all black. He's got black pants, and then like you got the Lucha Underground evil, sinister vibe. Like not that friendly dinosaur no more. Now he'll like kind of crush you kind of with his power. So I think that's like.
But I also said I thought it's not necessarily like a tag team break. It seems like he's sort of a simpleton and Christian's manipulating him. So is Jurassic Express really broken up, or is it just him being manipulated and need Jungle Boy to come back and be like, no, you're being used? Like it seems like he's just geared, right? He's being gaslit. So you never know. Like the way this team broke up essentially is much different than standard procedures.
Yeah, I foresaw it kind of similar to like Star Wars with like the Emperor. He's like kind of slowly manipulated Anakin to do his like kind of turning him like slowly turning him evil kind of thing.
Turn him to the dark side.
And now like Christian's kind of slowly turning a dumb dinosaur into like an evil dinosaur kind of thing. So like slowly over the several months kind of thing.
Yeah, I think it's a good way that they have done this one, I think.
Yeah.
Then we move on to the big main event, Blood and Guts. We got the Blackpool Combat Club going on against the Jericho Appreciation Society. And when we were watching this, we were sort of predicting how the younger, more cardio-efficient guys were going to start off the match. And that's what we got with Sammy Guevara and Claudio right off the bat. According to them, though, Claudio had like all kinds of cardio. Claudio. But yeah, and that's what it sort of seemed like, and it worked well. I think it was smart, and then we predicted like Wheeler Yuta, Daniel Garcia, the same sort of thing, and they all had really good moments within the match and sort of carried it pretty good throughout. A lot of hard hitting moments, a lot of hardcore moments went on. We had I guess we had some I don't know, some fluid or something they were spraying. I thought somebody was going to get lit on fire, but that never happened. We had some thumbtacks, chair shots. Somebody tore up the ring. We didn't really see much happen with that. I don't know when Santana got hurt, but apparently he got hurt. But there was just a lot of moments, a lot of blood. Angelo Parker got lit up. at some point he was hanging outside of the cages upside down, and it reminded me of a scene like out of Hellraiser, especially since his face was so covered. I was like, man, there was just a lot of stuff going on. So when somebody just appeared totally bloody like Matt Menard did, you know, we're like, what the hell? When did some of this stuff happen? It was hard to see. There was a lot going on, but it sort of makes it good because now you can go back and rewatch the match too.
Yeah. There's like so many moments. Like I picture like the cameraman probably having time like, oh, camera 1, camera 2, camera 3 kind of thing.
Yeah, that would have been really tough in production. Like, go here, go here, go here. You know, that would have been actually a pretty good job on their behalf in the truck.
Yeah, and then like I like the Sammy versus Claudio where they're both charging at each other like a bull, and Sammy like somehow bails when he like trips over. And then Sammy's like jumping around rope to like dodge, and like man, he's like Spider-Man. He's like so agile kind of.
He actually did that on the cage too. He like jumped on the cage, was like trying to like move around. And I was like, oh man, that's kind of got to be hard. Those damn, you know, that cage and get your fingers in there. That's tough on the fingers because I've climbed a lot of fences in my time.
Like Garcia kind of looked like you said Hulk Hogan with a red bandana.
I was like, I didn't recognize him. Like, and then he's walking around. It looked like Hulk Hogan with a bandana on. They're all in red. It was just.
Yeah, and like I don't know how people like do like those double suplexes. Like, this guy saw Claudio do like double suplexes.
Oh
like,
yeah.
And those guys like need to literally both need to jump at the same time. Otherwise, it's impossible to double suplex someone.
Yanking really hard on their noggins to get them over. I gotta really pull. Then we got like, just a plethora of hardcore moments. I've already mentioned some bloody faces. But then we got John Moxley doing a bit of a throwback to Masada. You know, taking the fucking skewers and planting them in Menard's head. You know, going. You know, they didn't stick too well, but it was still like a bit of a, you know, not GCW, but more like a CZW moment. A bit throwback to that death style match sort of thing. We got Angelo Parker. You know, we already saw him get crucified, but like when he came in, he was like running for his life until he got lit up as well, and that you know, running around trying to hide from everybody getting lit up by guys. So you know, it was a pretty hardcore match. You got some more thoughts on some more moments as well?
Yeah, that was funny because like usually when you come in, like you turn the tide, but then Angelo comes in and he's like, oh crap, everybody got like, you know, elbowed to death and everyone's KO'd, and then like he's like trying to run and hide it, and then he gets KO'd.
Yeah, that was the point you made during the match. Yeah, usually like, you know, if it was Jake Hager, maybe he comes in and turns the tide, but Parker's like, oh crap, I'm like outnumbered by like Mox and Claudio and Wheeler Yuta, and it was just like, oh, he was just done. He was almost done from that point. It seemed like he had a bit of offense, but he just sort of got lit up throughout the match, and then next thing you know, he's all busted open, dying somewhere.
Yeah. And of course, we have to have people breaking open the cage. I think you said somebody knocked out Aubrey, and then they...
Yeah, Ty Conti got the keys to open up the cage.
Yeah, and then they're climbing up, and then I was just thinking, man, it's crazy how like Claudia was doing like the full swing on Jericho. It was like one little slip up of like, you know,
like, oops, and then
you said him flying.
And Jericho goes rolling off the cage. I did like that the cage seemed very reinforced though, that they could do stuff up there safely and nobody was gonna just fall through there or something. And then you had sort of the big memorable moment that they wanted to put together, obviously, where Sammy just like falls off the cage, does a, you know.
Poor Sammy, he always dies in the end.
I would have, he just sort of like flopped off down too. So, but you know, I think it turned out pretty well. I thought the ending was interesting though, what they did, like Claudio getting the win ultimately, like where Kingston was trying to get Jericho to submit. Yeah. So I'm just wondering how this is going to play into the story. Is this going to play into Kingston and Claudio's rivalry that they had years and years ago? Or, you know, are they going to, let bygones be bygones? Is it over between Jericho and Kingston? Or does Kingston want to get a one-on-one and finish Jericho permanently, like on his own, like at All Out or something? Like, I feel like this rivalry is still going, so maybe this isn't the end of the entire Blackpool Combat Club and JAS, or more so Kingston versus Jericho sort of thing. So, you know, they've done a really good job of keeping this rivalry and finding ways to extend it nicely, and I like that because it sort of gives this rivalry or rivalries that are like this sort of a novel effect. They don't just pop up, rivalry, disappear, and it's done in a month. You know, like, let's wrestle 8 times in a month, end it at the pay-per-view, right? Like, I like these long ones. They really story-esque and memorable too. That's the thing you want them.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Like, I like how like they didn't forget about their past rivalry like 10 years ago or whatever.
Oh yeah, we're buddies.
Yeah, I know. It's like, oh, bygone. I totally forgot. We hated each other. We tried to kill each other back then. And like now it's like, you know, all good kind of thing, right? And then like the rivalry continues. And yeah, I think Kingston like he's not gonna forgive you. He's a hard dude, He wants revenge. He wants to kill you, kind of thing. So he's gonna come after you until the thing is finished.
Yeah, so yeah, it's sort of like, I'm surprised Matt Taven forgave Vincent in Impact Wrestling after their 2-year violent rivalry. I don't know, they never touched on that. I just found it amusing. So that's our thoughts on Blood and Guts. I thought it was pretty damn good. I heard that it did really well in the ratings as well, so that's fantastic for AEW. I thought the matches leading up to it were pretty good too. Orange Cassidy, Ethan Page, FTR hanging out with Danhausen versus the Ass Boys, and Max Caster was a pretty good one. And that match there sort of tucked in the middle, well, maybe it wasn't such a match, you just said it was a killing by Luchasaurus, but it was everything really built up nicely. There was good stuff. It wasn't like, oh, here's like an hour worth of garbage, we're all just waiting for Blood and Guts. So they did an awesome job, and yeah, I'm looking forward to see what comes out of these rivalries and everything in the future. This guy seems tongue-tied, so we'll end the video here. So if you like to subscribe and check out all our other videos and all that good shit, stay tuned for more wrestling content and whatever the hell else we want to talk about. Till next time, folks, how about some heavy wrestling?